And here is the finished product, the perfect carnivore corn dog. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another episode of Carnivore Kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some carnivore corn dogs. But before I start, you guys know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, ding ding ding. And if you don't want to watch the entire video, I will be including timestamps in the description so you can skip ahead to the step that you need. Before we get to the actual recipe, what exactly are we going to need? The first thing is going to be a skillet, and we're also going to need a lid to put on the skillet. Next, we are also going to need an egg. We are going to need 2 bowls, one to separate the egg yolks from the egg whites, and we are obviously going to need some sausages. I'm going to be using some grass-fed beef sausages. You could use whatever type of sausage you like. Next, we're also going to need an air fryer because that's what we're going to be using to cook the sausage. We will need some MCT oil to spray the pan. If you don't want to use MCT oil, you can use butter or ghee. And then lastly, we are going to need some Pecorino Romano cheese and some Himalayan sea salt. If you don't want to use Pecorino Romano, you can use any type of grated cheese that you want. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Now that we know what exactly we need, what's going to be the first step? Well, first step is going to be to preheat the skillet, and by preheating the skillet, it's just going to make it a lot easier to cook the egg once we put it in there. Next, we're going to go ahead and preheat the air fryer. For the air fryer, I'm putting it on max heat, which is 390 for the one I'm using, and we're going to preheat it for about 5 minutes. Now that we have that going, we're going to go ahead and separate our egg, so let's go ahead and crack it. And now that we have the yolk separated from the white, the next step is going to be to add a little bit of salt to it. I'm going to add 1 turn of the salt shaker for every egg in here. I have 1 egg, so I'm going to do 1 turn. And now that it's salted, the next step is to add the cheese. For the Pecorino Romano cheese, I am going to eyeball it. You can add however much you like. If you prefer it more on the runny side, just add a little bit less cheese. If you prefer it a little bit more thick and fluffy, then you could add a little bit more. Me personally, I prefer it a little bit more on the thick and fluffy side, so I'm going to put a decent amount of the Pecorino Romano cheese. And next then we're just going to go ahead and mix it together, and this is going to form the batter that we're going to use for the corn dog. And now that our batter mixture is all ready, this is what it is going to look like. That is the consistency that I get it to go to. Again, if you prefer it a little bit more thinner and watery, you can just add a little bit less cheese. And if you prefer it more thick and fluffy, you could add a little bit more. But we're going to go ahead, and as soon as the air fryer is finished heating up, we're going to go ahead and put that on top of the skillet. Now that the air fryer is finished preheating, we are going to go ahead and we are going to spray the air fryer with a little bit of MCT oil. That way it does not stick once we put it on. And next, let's just go ahead, put the sausage on the little pan, and we are going to put it in there for 10 minutes. We're going to leave it for 5 minutes, and then once 5 minutes has passed, we're going to go ahead and flip it over. And now that we have the sausage inside of the air fryer, the next step is to put the egg mixture, the egg white mixture and cheese into the skillet. First thing we want to do is go ahead and spray our skillet with a little bit of MCT oil. Again, if you don't want to use MCT oil, you can use either butter or ghee. Me personally, I like using the MCT oil, but it's going to come down to personal preference. Let's go ahead and take our egg white cheese mixture, put it in the skillet, and we're going to flatten it out and form it into a nice circle. And next, we're just going to go ahead and cover that up. And in about 5 minutes, once we flip that over, we will then go ahead, flip the sausage over. Once we flip the sausage over, we will flip over the egg white omelet. And it's been 5 minutes, so the next step, we are going to go ahead, take the sausage out. We're going to go ahead and flip that over. Let's go ahead and put the sausage back in the air fryer. And next, we're going to go ahead and flip over the egg white and cheese omelet. Now let's just go ahead, cover that back up, and in 5 minutes it will be ready to assemble. Alright, next we have about 2 minutes before the sausage and the egg white and cheese omelet is going to be ready. So the next thing that we want to do is prepare our cheese sauce. For the cheese sauce, we are going to add some Pecorino Romano or whatever grated cheese you have to the egg yolk. Depending on how thick you want the cheese, that's going to determine how much cheese you put in there. If you prefer it really, really runny, then you don't want to put quite as much cheese. If you prefer it more on the thick side, then add a little bit more. Me personally, I prefer it a little bit more on the thicker side. So I'm going to add a little bit extra Pecorino Romano. And alright, our cheese sauce is all ready. Just to give you an idea of what exactly it looks like, this is the consistency that I'm making mine. Again, if you prefer it more thick, you could add more cheese. If you prefer it more runny, don't add quite as much. But next, we're just going to go ahead, wait for the sausage to finish cooking, and then we can go ahead and put together our carnivore corn dog. And there we go, the sausage is all ready to be taken out. So next we are going to go ahead, turn the burner off. Let's go ahead and take our little mixture. Put it on our plate. Next thing, we're gonna go ahead and put the cheese on top of our egg white and cheese omelet. And this is going to be the actual bun that holds the sausage together. Let's go ahead and spread the cheese out so that it's nice and even around the entire egg white and cheese omelet. A little taste test. This is the best cheese sauce ever. And now next, let's go ahead and take our sausage, and we are going to go ahead and place it right on top of our little egg white cheese omelet, and just go ahead and roll that up. And here is the finished product, the perfect carnivore corn dog. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys so I can go ahead and eat this, but that's pretty much it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to make more recipe videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.